Zombies have been a staple of pop culture since the release of George Romero's The Night of the Living Dead in 1968. Although they have remained relevant ever since, and still are, their popularity truly peaked in the early 2010s, when hit movies, games, books, and TV shows were being released at a rate that seemed like it would never end. However, not even zombies are immune to the many passing fads and trends of pop culture. Just like the dinosaur boom of the 90s or the vampire craze of the 2000s, the world became flooded with too many of the living dead, and zombie fatigue slowly began to set in. I mean, these guys were seriously everywhere. With the monumental amount of zombie entertainment that's already out there, can a new game truly stand out? Is They Are Billions worth your time? Or is it just another undead face in the crowd? Here's my review. They Are Billions is a post-apocalyptic real-time strategy game that pulls many elements from survival games. It was originally released on Steam Early Access in 2017. Now, after nearly 2 years, the full release has been ported to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, making it one of very few RTS games on console. I will be basing this review on the PS4 version. You begin the game with only a command center and a few troops to protect you from an impending zombie threat. The goal, if everything goes according to plan, is to grow your base up from its humble beginnings into an impenetrable zombie-proof fortress, and survive until time is up. If you've played any real-time strategy classics like StarCraft, Age of Empires, or the Command & Conquer series, then you should feel right at home here. You will use many of the familiar tropes of the RTS genre, like resource gathering, technology research, map exploration, and troop management to help you survive the zombie apocalypse.
So tired. Last night was amazing.
Okay. So what sets this game apart from the rest? They Are Billions is about an ever-present threat of a literal flood of zombies. The game keeps you anxiously engaged as you frantically race against the clock to try to prepare your settlement's defenses. The next zombie assault can strike at any moment and from any direction, so you have to always plan your defenses for the worst. And the worst will come, whether you are prepared for it or not. When you first begin the game, there are 5 different procedurally generated map textures for you to brave the zombie swarms on. Only one is available to start, with the others unlocking as you progress. Aside from that, you can select the number of days that you want to survive. The longer the amount of time that you choose, the easier the game will become. Easy. Right. Someone must have been making a sick joke when they gave this game an easy mode. Yes, if you choose a longer time period to play, you will have more time to build up your base. But the zombie onslaught is still just as relentless as ever. So unless you're a South Korean StarCraft 2 pro, you're going to have a rough start. You will die, and then you will die some more. There's no going back to load an old save either. Once your command center is destroyed, it's game over. Your save is gone, and you have to start over from scratch. Sounds pretty brutal, right? It is. This vicious mechanic is the main hook that the game implants into you to keep you coming back for more. A single 120-day game can last anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. You will most definitely lose progress. But with each new attempt, you learn something that you didn't know before, until eventually you will be able to survive long enough to reach the end of the level when billions of zombies storm you from all sides.
Oh my God, a huge swarm is coming. They are billions!
Yeah, it's more than just a catchy title. You will actually have to take on a billion zombies. It's beyond stressful to watch this final attack pan out. Through sweaty palms, you'll be on the edge of your seat, hoping that the hours of work that you put in will be enough to withstand the horde. If you've played your cards right, then victory is yours, and it's an incredibly rewarding feeling. I did thoroughly enjoy this game, but it's not without its faults. Of course, using a DualShock 4 for an RTS is less than ideal. It's a bit cumbersome when you are trying to select specific unit groups or navigate the command center menus. However, with a bit of patience, it works just fine. Throughout the game, you are able to pause time by pressing the touchpad. This is something that you will need to do often, so the zombies don't get the upper hand on you while you are trying to make building placements or select new research topics. It works just fine, but I kept finding myself wishing that the developers had added a fast-forward option in addition to the pause. With all of the restarting that you have to do, it would have been nice to be able to speed up time while you were just waiting for your resources to replenish. Finally, there isn't a campaign mode. Yet. As of this review, the campaign is available on PC, but it's not on console yet for whatever reason. The development studio behind the game has said that it will be added to console at a later date. I don't know of anyone that plays an RTS for the story, but still, it's something to keep in mind. Despite these few faults, They Are Billions does manage to separate itself from the billions of other zombie games out there by doing something fresh and exciting with the genre. It expertly blends all of the best elements of survival, tower defense, and an RTS game into one very challenging, yet fun and insanely addicting package. Maybe it has a lot to do with the fact that it's been so long since I've played an RTS, but this game is now one of my favorites of the year, and I will definitely be playing it for many, many hours to come. If this sounds like your type of game, then I can't recommend it enough. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.
Game. Rats. Game.